Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony, and welcome to another edition of BNA Sports Talk. And before we get into the topics of today, I guess it is a topic on the video in the grand scheme of things, but Deshaun Watson apparently his preferred destination is the Jets. Now, I'm not sure if this is true, but you know what the Jets are? Especially if they give away 3 first-round picks for, Deshaun Watson. They're the Texans, but they just have Robert Saleh. Now, I guess they have better management than the Texans. That's not really saying much. And it's the Jets. We're saying the Jets have good management. I don't know. I'm kind of puzzled about this. And at least they're not gonna. At least he's not gonna be on the Washington football team or the Eagles or the Cowboys. That's all I really care about. But let's get into today's topic, and I kind of want to have a philosophical discussion about. A lot of Giants fans are talking about. Oh, we can't take Kyle Pitts. The Hub mainly. I'm not sure if you're watching this, but he's like, we can't take Kyle Pitts because we don't need a tight end. What happened to taking the best player available? Dave Gettleman says, take the best player available or you get screwed every single time. Now, probably hasn't followed that, but Andrew Thomas, you could say he's best player available. DeAndre Baker, we traded up because we thought he was the best corner available. We wanted to shoot our shot. Dexter Lawrence, great positional value. Daniel Jones, he saw the quarterback. Imagine having, I've seen this debate before. Imagine having your quarterback and you have to wait from 6 to 17. You know how sick that would make you feel, waiting when you think you have your quarterback? So I understand that, Daniel Jones. And then the year before that, Saquon Barkley. Best player, he's legit, best player available. People are saying he's the best prospect ever. People are saying the Browns should take him at 1, even though they needed a quarterback. But so best player available. What happened to that? And plus, when it comes to free agency and things like that, we were building a team. We're not building a collection of talent, which is kind of something that I get lost with too. We're like, okay, how can we get the best players on our team? We're building a team where it's not, like Joe Judge says, it's not a collection of talent. That's why, we bench Golden Tate. This is a team concept. So you could say that we can bring in this guy, and, we'll have maximize the talent around Daniel Jones. You also have to realize who would fit with Daniel Jones. And what would fit, which a lot of people are saying, is a big guy, but has Daniel Jones really had that throughout his entire career? I'm not sure if he would gel with a guy like Kyle Pitts. Now I'm thinking about it, but we didn't think that Josh Allen. I don't think Josh Allen ever really had a Stephon Diggs, so we don't know. So it's going to be very interesting to see what does Daniel Jones work with. What he has had work with so far, he has a nice connection with Evan Ingram. He does. It's just that Evan Ingram drops the ball, so it's speedy. Not really a crisp route runner, a guy that can catch 50-50 balls. That's something that Daniel Jones works well with. Now, I'm not paying Kenny Golladay $20 million. I'm just not. People are like, oh, yeah, Kenny Golladay to the Giants. I'm like, I get we can figure out some cap situations behind that, but, with the injuries kind of scare me, and I'm not too sure about a Kenny Golladay. I'm just not really sure. Allen Robinson, what does he have? Not a crisp route runner, but doesn't drop the ball. We've seen the players get the case of the dropsies, but, Allen Robinson, I think, is the guy. I made a whole video about it, and I'm kind of sticking by that. I don't see the any drawbacks besides, I guess, the price. But he's a guy I think is going to want to play for the Big Apple. It feels like this is the next logical destination for him. Now, what's another topic I want to talk about? My can't miss prospects. I have a graphic now up. Colin Cowherd's, can't miss prospects. I'm posting on BNA Sports not too often because I'm trying to get in school mode. Like, I'm going to post something. I'm not going to go out of my way to post something, but I'm motivated, I finished all my schoolwork. That's when I'm going to start, posting. But Colin Cowherd said his can't miss prospects, Penei Sewell, Trevor Lawrence, and Kyle Pitts. Now, I agree. I agree with that. Kyle Pitts, he's a big-bodied guy. He's a modern NFL tight end. He started off as a wide receiver. I'm not sure if you guys know. He just ended up being, he's 6'6", so it's like, oh, yeah, I guess he can be a little bit more of a tight end. Not quite a Levine Toilolo, but that he can run wheel routes. He can do that sort of thing. No wheel routes, whip routes. Sorry, he can do that. Sterling Shepard. He had a nice whip route. I think against Ole Miss, where it's like, whoa, as a guy 6'6" shouldn't be able to do this. And I'd add a couple more people to that list, maybe. Micah Parsons, I think, is a can't miss. The guy has a great motor. Great tackler. I haven't really watched that much film on him yet, but from what I'm hearing, this guy's legit. Some prospects, I'm like, okay, we get it. They're good. The Giants are not going to be able to get them. So I kind of been a little bit lazy with some of the top prospects, like Devontae Smith. I think he's a can't miss as well. I think Jamar Chase is a can't miss as well. I think all these guys are going to be good. Now, as far as Hall of Famers, Any lock? I don't think there's any such thing as a lock Hall of Famer, because we thought Andrew Luck was a lock Hall of Famer. They call him Andrew Lock, like, lock in the Hall of Fame. Penny Sewell, I thought he was a little bit overrated. I thought, he's a little kind of like a Mekhi Becton, sometimes a little bit too aggressive, but I think Penny Sewell is the closest to a lock of Hall of Fame you can get right now. Same thing with Trevor Lawrence, if he's put in the right situation. But his baseline, if you take a look at it, his baseline is I think a 4-time Pro Bowler. Who does he remind you of? He reminds me a lot of Andrew Luck. It's some more athletic Andrew Luck, and hopefully he has an offensive line in Jacksonville that they'll surround him with. We're assuming that Jacksonville is going to take him. But yeah, so the Giants at 11. We're gonna have more comments about trading back, but number 11 has had pretty good picks in the past. Namely last year, I think Mekhi Becton went number 11, so we can get a guy that falls to us down there. So I'm not awfully worried about that, but I wouldn't put it past the Giants to trade up, especially if we see a guy that we like, especially a guy like Micah Parsons, who I believe is a can't miss. I just don't think we need an inside linebacker. But let me tell you, if we pick a player and he's best player available, I'm not really going to mind, especially if we position ourselves in free agency to get a wide receiver or two, like a wide receiver 1 and like a Damiere Byrd. I'm not going to complain about that. Now, yeah, so I'm enjoying the mocks a little bit. A lot of people have like the Bengals taking Jamar Chase. I'm like, are the Bengals really going to have Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase together? I'm like, they need to protect Joe Burrow. He had like 500 times last year. It's like, are they really going to be like, oh, screw that. We're just going to take a wide receiver. Even though we have T. Higgins, we have all these great wide receivers, but we're losing A.J. Green, so let's get Jamar Chase. That's one of my draft pet peeves. A little bit of a tangent there. And then finally, do we have enough time? Yeah, I'll discuss. Colin Cowherd briefly discussed how he talked to Jason Garrett, and I'm going to play a little bit of a clip of that now.
And he called me, and we sat, and we had a really nice conversation. And he was a coach, and then he becomes a coordinator. And my takeaway is, if you look at the environment of the NFL, there's going to be 7 job openings next year. And the truth is, this is what I kept thinking when I hung out with Jason Garrett. Don't rush. Because obviously he made Daniel Jones a better quarterback in the last – he only had 1 interception in the last 6 games. So clearly I thought Daniel Jones was coached up. He was a turnover mess until about December, and then he really cut down on turnovers. They have limitations offensively, didn't win a lot of games. He also won against Seattle and Colt McCoy. So
he's saying, Jason Garrett, be patient. A lot of Giants fans are memeing like, Jason Garrett, the Chargers are a great spot. They're a great team. And the Chargers like, Jason Garrett's a great coach. And we were telling the Chargers, GM, the management, like, Jason Garrett would be a great hire. We were memeing about it. But, Jason Garrett didn't really have a lot of talent, and he did go into Seattle with Colt McCoy and win. Now, he dealt with our talent. We thought that he underutilized some guys in some certain situations, and we could have had a little more deep shots. But did our offense really have a lot of those weapons? You could say Austin Mack, but he's a rookie, not really great off the line, kind of sometimes got challenged and couldn't get off the line that quickly. And then you had guys like Sterling Shepard, who were injured throughout the entire year, and more of like slot guys. And then Darius Slayton, one-on-one, and the guys kind of figured him out after a while. And then probably sometimes with Daniel Jones, especially against the Buccaneers, guys ran wide open downfield, and he wasn't hitting them. So maybe Daniel Jones was one of those guys. And then plus, like you mentioned, Daniel Jones, 1 interception in the past 6 games, and that wasn't really Daniel Jones' fault. I think that was the Evan Ingram tipped interception. But it feels so long since the season. We almost made the playoffs this year. Just think about that. That's pretty cool. But hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll probably come out with a prospect sometime later. I'm thinking about which prospect to do, but it'd probably be more of a second-round guy. Maybe even be Micah Parsons. Kind of have the Micah Parsons debate. But hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.